These people are insane. Hit the like button.
If somebody fell asleep in 1896 and woke up today in 2026, they would simply say the only difference is now Negroes have a TV show and we wear nice suits. They swapped out Klan hoods for Brooks Brothers suits. And that is the problem. I mean, Plessy v. Ferguson was 7-1, and it gave birth to 50 years of Jim Crow. What we have with this court right now, what we're seeing is watching people who have fought and died and bled so that we would have access to the ballot box, so that we would have access to our voices being heard in Congress, being ripped away. And I think that there is a casual laughter from people we believe to be our friends on the right who are showing us true colors today, because the most sacred, or one of the most sacred acts you have in the United States of America is the ability to cast a ballot and elect someone and send them to Congress, the State House, or a mayoral seat that represents your interest. And now black folks throughout the South are being silenced. And I don't find that to be a laughing matter.
In the case of Louisiana, you know, they didn't have a choice. The Supreme Court said their maps were unconstitutional. They had to redraw it. And so what they chose to do was I think what they'll choose to do is move the House back to the fall, and they'll leave the Senate primary in place, which is actually happening right now. So I get the argument about a little bit of confusion for voters. I mean, around the edges of congressional districts, you're always going to have some areas where, you know, one person on one side of the street, one person on the other. I live on the very western edge of a congressional district in Kentucky, in fact. If I might respectfully debate Bakari on this for a moment, to me, I heard you say that people are losing representation. People are losing their voice. No voter has lost their voice at all. No one's been disenfranchised. Every voter in America before these court rulings could go cast a ballot this November, and every voter in America, white, black, or otherwise, can go cast a ballot right now. The lines may be changing, but every voter still has the same amount of voting power, one vote, that they had. It's just that this Supreme Court said your race doesn't necessarily have to dictate your political identity. The fact that you're an American citizen and your franchise gives you one vote, that is your political identity. And it is incumbent upon both parties, Republicans and Democrats, to run people who speak not to just one constituency, but all American interests. To me, that's how the November election should be run.
I love what Scott Jennings said to that young man. I think that Bakari Sellers, I believe that's his name, that's the black gentleman on CNN that was speaking, I believe that he is an extreme intellectual. The thing is, a lot of us are being bogged down by the Democrats persuading us to stay in this state of mind that we're not winning, we're not gaining ground, we're not doing anything good, we're stuck in the past, we're still in Jim Crow. That's a slap in the face to all of the progress that we've made. And you want to sit there. I'm going to give y'all my 2 pennies in a minute. Let her break this down, and then we're going to come back. I think it's important that I bring this up. I tell you all the time, it's God and family first. That's what this channel is all about, and that's what my ministry is about. But listen, part of putting your family first is making sure that your people aren't being ripped off on Medicare. And I'm not even going to lie. A lot of people are on the wrong plans and don't even know it. That's why I'm working with Chapter. Chapter is the only Medicare advisor that compares every plan nationwide, every single one. And here's what I love. Their advisors are salaried. They don't get paid to push one plan over the other. They look at your doctors, your prescriptions, your priorities, and they tell you straight up if there's something better. Everyone's situation is different. But seniors who found better fitting plans with Chapter are saving on average $1,100 per year. And if you're already on the right plan, they'll tell you that too. They're not trying to take advantage of you. So there's absolutely no pressure. Taking care of your people, that's ministry. Call Chapter for free today at 843-949-4383. That's 843-949-4383. And speak to someone, a real person, for free. It only takes like 20 minutes. That's all. Do it for your family.
Surprise, surprise. The left is pulling the race card script Again, black representation, racism, white supremacy. It's the same playbook every time, and they only pull it out when their power is on the line. This past week really proved my point. Last week, Tennessee redrew the 9th Congressional District in Memphis, currently held by Steve Cohen, a 76-year-old white Democrat. Been there since 2007. Democrats lost their minds. Jim Crow, white supremacy. The NAACP files an emergency lawsuit. And then the truth comes out. The Republican most likely to win that seat is Charlotte Bergman, a black Republican woman from Memphis, single mom who overcame homelessness, built her own business, lost her grandson to gang violence. She has run against Steve Cohen 6 times. 6. Democrats spent 20 years keeping a white man in that majority black district. And CNN's response, it actually is racist. A black woman replacing a white man in Congress is racist. And this is not new. 6 months ago, Virginia governor race, Winsome Earl-Sears, Marine veteran, would have been Virginia's first black female governor, running as a Republican against Abigail Spanberger, a white woman. Who shows up to campaign against the black woman? Barack Obama. Cuts 2 ads for Spanberger, flies to Norfolk, and headlines a rally in front of 7,000 people in a black community. The same Barack Obama who 1 year earlier lectured black men in Pittsburgh and told them that they had a moral duty to vote for Kamala Harris because she was a black woman. 1 year later, he's begging black voters to reject the black woman because she's a Republican. Let me say this plainly. They don't care about black representation. They never did. They just needed us to vote Democrat. That was LBJ's whole plan. He bragged he'd have us locked in for 200 years. That's why Charlotte Bergman doesn't count. That's why Winsome Earl-Sears doesn't count. That's why I don't count, because we are proof that black Americans can think, vote, and lead however we choose. Proof that the whole thing falls apart the second we walk away, and they need you to ignore us. So hear me clearly. They don't care about black representation. They don't care about black people. They care about our vote. They care about our allegiance. They care about power. That is it. That is all it has ever been. So stop letting them use you.
Regardless of the maps changing from red to blue, I have a question for you. How did the maps positively impact black communities in black America for the last 60 years? How have we gotten any better based off of the representation that we put into office? How has that changed anything in a positive light? Something that she said is they like to play the race card when it's convenient for them. We saw in Virginia just recently, when a black Republican candidate got campaigned against by ex-President Barack Obama, when at first they was talking about black, blackity, black, blackity, black, black. Basically what they mean is black interest. They don't care who's in the seat as long as you push black interest. But even with that happening throughout the Biden administration, it seemed like the illegal immigrants got all of the benefits during that administration. The gays, the alphabet community got all of the benefits through that administration. Democrats was just trying to look out for themselves. And I guess since black people are intertwined within the Democrat Party, we are expected to only vote one way, to only look one way when it's time to vote. They don't want to educate other Democrats. They don't want to educate their constituents. What they want to do is just browbeat them, tell them how to vote, and try to control them with programs, with extras. We're going to do this for you, dangling a carrot in front of their faces while not preparing them to be able to take care of business themselves. We're going to do this for you. That's reminiscent of a pimp and a hose relationship. That's what that is to me. That represents what a pimp does to his woman. When he got a woman, he tell her, look, I don't want you going out there. When you go out there, you get the money, you bring it back to me. I'm going to make sure I take care of you. I'm going to buy your clothes. I'm going to buy your food, whatever you need. I got you. I'm your protection, everything. You just go out there and you bring me back my money. Use your body, put your life on the line, and bring me back my money. That's what the Democrats do to black people. And then when things start to go a way that's not the way that they want it to go, they start crying racism. They start saying stupid stuff like what Bakari Sellers said about the difference between us back in the 1800s and today is that we just have TV shows and we wear nice clothes. Nigga, please, bro. We've come a long way. And for you not to acknowledge that, that's the biggest slap in the face to our ancestors who bled and died for us to go as far as we've come so far, man. I'm not saying that the system is not still swayed toward one group or the other. I honestly don't care about that. Why? Because this right here, I give more credence to this than I do the Constitution. Than I do any document that's man-made. I give this Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth, the most credence of them all. And guess what? Because of that, I know how blessed I am. Because of that, I know how blessed we are as a collective. I am married, bro, for 28 years to an amazing woman, got 4 awesome young adult children that I don't even know, I don't even deserve them. Living in a nice home. This is our 3rd house that we bought. Safe community. Raised our children up where they didn't have any incidents where we were fearing for their life at all. But yet, my wife and I, we grew up in that way. We grew up in neighborhoods where people were being killed at young ages, extremely young ages. We grew up in a time where at the age of 15, I've already sung at probably 4 funerals at that point, and they were friends or associates of mine. So miss me with the whole we're back in Jim Crow days. Miss me with that mess. Just because the politics are starting to go away that you don't like, that's because you guys have been BSing the whole time you had your hand on the wheel. You were only voting for people because they were black. I agree with Stephen A. I think that black people all need to vote Republican next time. Or not vote at all. I believe that you need to take yourself a little bit more seriously if this is how you feel. Because always giving your votes to the Democrats has not led to anything positive for black people as a whole. But whenever something goes a way that we don't like or a way that the Democrats don't like, you want to play the race card and include us all. Well, include us all, bro. You're a lawyer. You're living your best life right now. Your family are living great. Nothing that you do on a daily basis can be compared to what we were dealing with back in the 1800s. In the 19th century. Bro, miss me with that mess. The only difference is they're not wearing Klansman robes no more. They're wearing Brooks Brothers suits. They're wearing police officers. Bro, we know what's happening. We know that this country is still filled with a whole bunch of bigots and racists. And guess what? They aren't all whites. A lot of the racists in this country are immigrants. They come here only loving themselves. And they love the opportunity that we're giving them. But they hate everybody but themselves. But those are the people that you're fighting for. And then you was pissed off because y'all was fighting for them, hoping that you can gain their votes. Y'all open up the borders, spread the legs of this country wide open and said as many people that want to come into our country, come on. Because you thought that you were creating voters so that you can maintain power. But what happened? They slapped you in the damn face and ended up voting for Trump. Why? Because they vote their interests. They don't come here to be a Democrat. That's what you guys do. That's what you do because you feel like since you're black, that's where you're supposed to be. You're the one playing the role. You're the one doing a disservice to your ancestors. And we can see it plain as day. With all of the education that you guys have, y'all just sit on these panels, on these mainstream networks, and just bitch about things that you ain't got to deal with on a daily basis. Y'all biggest cheerleader, Jasmine Crockett, bro, she is rich as hell. She don't have a concern in the world. She never did. She always had upstanding, very successful parents that put her in position, paid for her schooling so she can learn at a high level. And then when she got out, she performed as a lawyer and then became a congresswoman and all this other stuff. And she sits here and just complain about black people having a white foot on our necks. This is the play. It's tired. It's tired, bro. We need to stop playing the same bullshit play because it's not helping us at all. What it's doing is keeping a great deal of people in our country uneducated and in a sheep-like state, willing to follow anybody who has a loud voice and can rhyme when they speak. Someone that sounds like a preacher, like a Justin Pearson. who once sounded like a young black Republican, and then when he grew an afro and decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cater toward the Democrats, then he started to sound like Malcolm X. Then he started to sound like Pastor Jamal Bryant or T.D. Jakes, because he knew that that's how you get into the soul. That's how you get into the heart. That's how you implant yourself in the minds of these imbeciles simply because they're your color. They're your race. Y'all need to get away from that, man. A lot is happening in our world right now. And guess what? Ain't nobody thinking about black, white, the way you are. You're thinking about that because you're like, oh man, we're losing seats. We're losing power. We're losing seats. We can't make no decision. We can't make no decision to help people do this, do that, do this, do that. Not realizing that you're being taken advantage of by those same people that you're fighting for. And we're losing power on a day-to-day basis. That's why when Kamala became the vice president, and she was asked a question about what she was going to do for black people, she already threw that out. Why only black people? Well, I'm going to do something specifically for black people. Well, that didn't stop her from doing something specifically for women, fighting for abortion so that they can be able to kill their babies. That didn't stop her from doing something specifically for the alphabet community. That didn't stop her from specifically doing something from the Asia Pacific community, which she is from. But y'all cape for her. Y'all go to bat for her and fight like hell, like we're getting something from her. And we didn't. We got screwed under Biden. And well, guess what? We're going to continue to get screwed by these politicians. But as long as you play your cards right, as long as you continue to give God all praise, glory, and honor for his grace and his mercy and for every single blessing that you woke up with, the fact that you woke up, you won't give no credit or credence to the Lord for that. All you want to do is play the politics game. You want to play the race game. That's what you want to do. Y'all want to play the race game so damn bad that y'all are already coming together to ostracize other black people who won't get on board. And that's dumb as hell. And the only time you'll get on board with somebody is if they're entertaining you. And those same people will be blatantly disrespecting you to your faces. And you won't care as long as this person has some sway. This person has some motion. This person is popular. People love them. And y'all do it all the damn time. Y'all don't stand for anything. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van. Now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, hopefully inside of any of our locals, members only, or Patreon, or I would love to coach you on YouTube. Reach out to me if you want some information so I can help move you forward. And remember, I waited until I reached 1 million subscribers before I started coaching anybody. And I'm still on the field doing my thing. I would love to hear from you. See you on the next one. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age. I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.